What's good, everyone? Predator Badlands just came out this weekend, and this movie, when the trailer dropped, I was like, this movie looks like the best movie ever. And it obviously was not the best movie ever, but it was really close. I think that Dan Trachtenberg might be on to something. I think he might be cooking with this franchise between this and Prey. I haven't seen the animated one yet. I think Prey is just slightly better than this one. But I've seen Prey like 5 times. If I watch Badlands, I only seen it once, so if I watch again, I might end up liking it more. But I thought this was a great movie. I thought it was really well made, beautiful. Like, they have these just huge like alien landscapes, shot wonderfully, looks great. Has like a really good otherworldly score that like it feels like alien music. Sort of, it kind of reminded me. It's not exactly the same, but it reminded me of Hans Zimmer's score for Dune, and sort of going into like the Sardaukar music with the Mongolian throat singing. It's not exactly like that in Predator, but it's like these like alien language, like growling sounds in the music. Like it was really cool. I like what they did with the score. All the effects in it are great. There's obviously a lot of CGI in it since we're going to alien planets, but the practical sets are great. The practical costumes are like incredible. Like what I'm guessing they're doing is doing practical Predator costumes like they've always done. Like they look real, and just doing like CGI faces. I feel like doing this movie with like the robot puppet faces it'd be a lot. It never would have been made. Just with how much Predator there is in this movie, because the Predator is the main character, which is the coolest part about this movie, is that they finally made the Predator the star of its own movie. Where this movie reminded me a lot of Godzilla x Kong, where in that movie they took King Kong and made him the main character. He was more the focus than any of the human characters were. And like they took this big CGI monkey and gave him like character and emotions. And in this, you get the Predator, this ugly alien, and sort of, and not everyone's gonna like this, but humanizing it, where I think there's gonna be a few people, most people are gonna like it, and there's a few people over here who are gonna be like, this isn't what I want for my Predator. I don't want my awesome killing machine alien to have feelings, and have like make little alien buddies and stuff, which makes sense. I get that. It's not gonna be for everyone, but I think most people are gonna be on board with it. Most Predator fans anyway. Finally getting to see the Predator be a main character, and which is a really hard thing to do, and I'm really impressed that Dan Trachtenberg was able to do it. Most of the movie is subtitles. Like, I'm just kind of amazed that this movie got made. Like, if you put all this stuff on paper, like, you would think that a studio would never greenlight it. Like, non-human main characters, it's all like subtitles, but in American film. It doesn't feel real, but they did it. It got made, and it was great. Of course, all the action is incredible. It's PG-13, but that doesn't hurt it at all, because you can get away with, just as much gore as long as the blood's green, which is strange that they would allow that, but they do, so it works. It's really good. And only towards the end, just a little bit, does it feel like, well, we made it this far PG-13, let's cut back just a little bit so we can keep that, so we can get more people watching our movie with, like, not really spoilers, but you saw in the trailer there's Weyland-Yutani synthetics, and they kind of strain credibility with just how many there are on this base and how like there's no humans there, and it kind of feels like they're just making it all synthetic so they don't have any human gore in it. But it wasn't like a real problem. It just kind of like kind of feels like there was some of that going on. Speaking of the Weyland-Yutani synthetics, they finally did a Predator Alien crossover besides AVP, and in the form of like mostly just like Weyland-Yutani synthetics and the name Weyland-Yutani. And it's like not distracting. It's never like, oh, is a xenomorph gonna pop up or something. Like, that's not what this movie is. This isn't Alien versus Predator. It's just like a subtle connection, but it's more important than I expected it would be. But it was also like never distracting. I thought they handled it really well. This movie like expands the lore of the Predator universe, where We're like seeing different parts of their planet, like different kinds of predator, like how just exploring their culture and like how the predators act and how their clans work, um, and like their code and how they're trained, and then going to other planets and hunting down alien animals. And they go, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like the most dangerous planet in the universe, and there are all these different like animals and environments that they created that are all like unique and interesting, and they look cool, and they all have like different elements to them and how they act and how the predator reacts to them, and then later uses them as tools, like uses it to its advantage. Like there's so many little details on this planet, and they all matter. It's really like fleshed out alien world that I just thought that was awesome. And going back to our lead Yautja himself, they give him like this to me anyway, it kind of felt like an obvious character arc, but at the same time, what with the way their culture works, there's really not a whole lot interesting you can really do there, in my opinion. And I don't really know what they're going to do with the sequel, and how they can sort of keep it interesting and not feel like they're rehashing. But as for what this movie does, it's like a predator sort of finding a family with a bunch of misfit aliens, and it's just like a lot of fun, like seeing like the synth and the predator like bantering with each other, and like how the predator just does not even like regard the synth as like as a person, just like calling her tool all the time, and then like slowly like becoming friends with it. I just thought all of that was like a lot of fun. I did think the synth was a little bit annoying at first, like a little overbearing. Got a bit annoying at the beginning and then sort of eased up later on. But overall, I enjoyed the character. Elle Fanning did a great job. So yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed this movie. I don't really have a ton to say about it, because it's a very simple movie. It's Predator wants to kill something, and they go on a journey across this planet to try and find it, and he makes little friends along the way. Like, that's it. It's simple, but just really, really well, effectively done movie. I thoroughly enjoy it. I recommend it to any Predator or even like sci-fi fans, because this isn't just like a creature feature like the other ones. This is like a full-blown like exploring alien world sci-fi movie. I thought it was just really cool. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Didn't really have any problems with it. Just a really, really good time at the movies. Go check it out. Thanks for watching.